Oompa, 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 hello everybody. Oompa, 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 here is Chris, the comic book nerd. Oompa, 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 hello all you YouTube comic book nerds.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Chris here. Just really quickly wanted to show you a few comic books that I got in on Wednesday and Thursday of today. Whenever the heck that date is, I can't remember. Let me see. So, October 26th and 27th, I had picked up these comics. I got some old ones and some more recent comic books. So let's show them to you. So this first one is Venom, The Enemy Within, Part 1. This is from 1994. This one, very appropriate to be showing this time of year since Halloween is right around the corner here. And this comic book begins during Halloween night. So when it's all about, it has Venom, of course, in it, and Demogoblin, these other little nasty little goblins, and Morbius, a living vampire. So it's something about these little goblins trying to, it seems, find a master or something like that. So there's all this Halloween little goblin story, and they try pulling in Venom, Demogoblin, and the living vampire. And what is so special about this particular issue is the cover. Inside there are a few panels, and they reference to these little goblin symbols, face symbols, that are a glowing green, kind of like a goblin graffiti. And anyways, the face glows green. And this cover, Venom's face actually glows in the dark. This is one comic book I remember from when I was a kid. This is, figuring it out, this would have come out when I was about 12 years old, about that. And I can't remember whether I actually owned this issue or if I read it from a friend or something like that, but I would have still been living in my hometown, little hamlet town of Radway. But I do remember this particular issue. So I decided, you know what, I want to get some more back issues here and there. So when I was on CBA comics on eBay, I figured, you know what, I really want to get this one. I love it. So yeah, everything where it's white like that will glow. His tongue will glow, eyes, teeth, everything. I do have a picture I want to show you guys. I had to adjust it because the camera actually doesn't pick it up on video very well, or actually hardly at all, on how well it glows. But it's got a really awesome green glow to it. Really great looking in when you see it with your own eyes. And I'll try to show you guys a picture, an edited picture of one of those that I took, and I adjusted the color and tint and all that to try to get the best effect to show you what it actually looks like in the dark. So I'll show that to you guys right now. Okay, so like I said, you guys, that picture wasn't the best. I had to do some editing to get it to even look like that, but it gives that really awesome green glow to it when it's in the dark. It's really cool. The artwork is actually really good. A lot of the 90s art of Venom is what I really remember a lot, and the colors and everything is really cool. So actually, after reading this one, I might have to pick up the others. So I think it might have been a part 4 or something like that, a 4-issue comic. But yeah, I'll probably end up going back and getting a few. So yeah, as you guys see here, I have X-Men issue number 1. Again, in the 90s I didn't have this one, so I don't think it ever came on the newsstands. This one was probably in the 90s as well. I can't recall. I looked in it, but now I can't recall. It might have been around the same years. But anyways, yeah, I picked up this cover. It's not I think they came out with a gatefold cover at one time too, but this isn't it. The eBay site I went to, they had a couple different covers, but of course I definitely had to get the cover with Wolverine on it. And Jim Lee's art in this one is really beautiful, and some of the stuff that he's been doing for DC right now is really incredible. I'm really liking the variants that he's making. So that's probably what kind of made me look back here when I was searching through CBA on eBay. It's just, hey, look, there's the old Jim Lee X-Men #1. Gotta get it. So yeah, finally do. None of these I haven't read yet either, guys, because I haven't gotten very many comics here, and I want to kind of take my time. and enjoy them, and you know, make them kind of last until the next batch of comics come in, so that I don't go crazy not having anything to read. But yeah, it's a good little comic to have, I think. And these are all in like supreme condition. Another one about this one, in the 90s when this one was printed, for Canadian it was $1.80, and this thing is really actually thick for a #1. I can't believe the price and prices that they are now, and how little we get. And 90s, I mean, you get these kind of sort of gimmicky things, but like this was really cool. Glow in the dark cover was really neat, and I'm kind of coming back to that 90s I don't know, gimmicky kind of covers, but I like them. Next, yay, finally, a copy of Superman number 75, Death of Superman. Sadly, this is a second print. I'm really looking for, I want a first print of the regular edition, and then I do also want to get the bagged edition as well. This one, I just flipped through it. I've already read the story, thanks to Dan. Thank you very much for sending me that graphic novel. But it was definitely cool reading it in or looking at it in the comic book form. Cover is great, but also the last couple of pages was a gatefold. It was a really neat idea. Again, 90s kind of gimmicky kind of thing. But anyways, it was like a 2-page where Lois was holding Superman, and then when you unfold that second page, it turns into a gatefold with Superman laying right down. That was really cool. I really like that idea. What else was I going to say? Yeah, okay, this particular comic book I really wanted to get to, not only because, with the new DC coming out in the relaunch, I think this is an important issue, a really good issue to have in my collection now. But this is one of the earlier issues that I really remember from my childhood. Again, this was 93, so I would have been 10 to 11 years old. And I remember a friend had gotten a first printing, the newsstand edition, and this probably plays big into my, as I am as a comic collector now, but he would only show me the one gatefold with Superman, laid out. And of course I remembered a little bit differently when I was a kid, but anyways, he only showed me that 2-page spread of Superman lying dead in Lois's arms. I didn't remember that it was a gatefold or anything like that, and he would not let me touch the comic, would not let me read it, just showed me that gatefold, and that's it. And I was in so much awe of that picture. So I've seen this book, seen that image since 93, but never been able to read the story or look at the actual book myself. So this is actually a really awesome issue to pick up. The one other note about my purchase here, CBA did show actually a #1 printing. The picture was a #1 printing, but they called this issue the 75E variant, so it was all kind of confusing, but it only cost me $3, so I'm like, let's give it a shot. Let me actually order it. Let me actually see if it is the first printing. It's not. First printing, I do believe, and the difference between the variants with this cover was basically the coloring of the letters. If it's a first print, this would all be in yellow, and the Death of Superman would be in yellow. Also, this second printing has the Roman numeral 2 up here. First printing doesn't have that. And then it goes on, and I think there's a variant with where the letters are more blue, and something like that. So that's basically a difference just between first, second, third, fourth printings. But yeah, I really do want to get a bagged edition of this one as well. And speaking of Superman issue #1, I was finally able to get my hands on this one. Haven't read this one yet, but this is a really cool image, and you basically kind of see the same kind of image in the Superman Returns movie, when the Daily Planet globe is falling down and he catches it. That's where I kind of remember this. This is very iconic. But yeah, in this one I just kind of glimpsed through it. In the old Daily Planet, they tear it down to make way for the new one. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I haven't read it yet. But finally got my hands on it, and I'll see which title is better for me, either Superman or Action Comics. Yeah. Okay, some other newer ones. We have the Amazing Spider-Man 671 with an amazing Ramos Mary Jane cover. This one's a pretty awesome cover. Part 5 of the Spider Island. Haven't read it yet, but you guys all know this has been an amazing story. Probably the most fun and amazing story happening right now. I'm very excited to read this one. This one's probably going to be one of my first in the stack to read for sure. Next, daken, Dark Wolverine. Daken is man down and out. Got a bullet in his head. He got shot last issue. The doppelganger who is doppelganger of Daken, who is portraying himself. I don't know how to say that. Anyways, Daken's doppelganger makes an appearance in last issue, and accidentally, during the little skirmish there, after Daken is getting beat up by Moon Knight, he runs off for help, and he ends up getting shot in the head by that other cop lady. So yeah, you know, reading Daken, one, I always want to keep up on you know, the stories of Wolverine's son, but this is the only real villain title I read, and I think it is a very good villain title. And you know, you kind of love to hate him, and when he's beat up like this, you're really cheered to see him, you know, be able to go forward with it, but yet, you know, you really love to see his butt get kicked. So it's really cool. It's really cool, I think, just seeing him down and out like this. And we have here FF issue number 10. Can't quite remember what's supposed to be happening now, but I think they went through that teleport, and they're off kind of individually. I think that's how it goes. But yeah, that's where they left off last. Good artwork for sure. And this is a title now. It's kind of it's a little bit flatlining for me, but it's still enjoyable enough that I do want to collect the series and still want to you know what's going on. And one that's it's really close, it's kind of on its deathbed for me, is Alpha Flight. Obviously there's no more Fear Itself tie-ins, but even with the Fear Itself tie-ins, it wasn't that great. So I don't know, this is issue 5, it's supposedly only a limited series. I think I've heard some stuff about it maybe going on longer, or rebooting the series, I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a tough go. I think since it's only limited, I'll finish the 8 issues, but I'm really not happy with this particular title. So yeah, that's about that, you guys. No, maybe soon I'll show you guys. Well, of course, the contest, Nikki's contest. We really gotta show that soon. But some Halloween stuff coming up soon. So we've been doing some decorating outside, and we got some pumpkins ready and all that kind of stuff. So I probably do want to show a little bit of Halloween stuff later on the week too. And I got some other, you know, a couple more packages coming in the mail soon, hopefully. So yeah, that's that, you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.